She stood alone at the edge of the busy street, her silver hair catching the breeze, her eyes scanning the sidewalk like a child searching for a parent in a crowd. Cars sped past, people hurried by with their phones in hand, coffee cups clutched tight, and eyes fixed anywhere but on her. She didn't belong. That much was clear from her confused stare, the hospital bracelet still clinging to her thin wrist, and the trembling hand holding a faded photo close to her chest. No one noticed. Or maybe they did, and chose not to care. She tried to speak, but her voice was weak, cracked with age and anxiety. A few glanced at her and quickly looked away. The city had become a place where people only stopped for emergencies, not for frail old women lost on the sidewalk with nothing but a photograph and fear in their eyes. Until one teen did. 17-year-old Jamal had been riding his skateboard down the block, earbuds in, backpack heavy with textbooks, and a head full of college worries and life problems. He wasn't looking to be a hero. In fact, he didn't think much about the world outside his own neighborhood struggles. But something made him stop. Maybe it was the way she clutched that photo like it was the last piece of something she didn't want to lose. He slowed, pulled out his earbuds, and rolled to a stop beside her. "Ma'am? Are you okay?" Her lip quivered. She blinked, as if unsure whether he was real. I'm trying to find my son. He was supposed to meet me. But I think I got off at the wrong stop. I can't remember." Her words faded. She looked around helplessly, like the world was crumbling beneath her. Jamal stepped off his board. He didn't ask her name, not yet. He just offered his hand. "Come on," he said gently. "Let's get you somewhere safe." He took her to a diner on the corner. The waitress tried to shoo them at first, but when Jamal explained, her demeanor softened and she brought them water and soup. The old woman, her name, they learned, was Margaret, barely touched the food. She kept the photo on the table, staring at it with quiet intensity. It was a picture of her and a boy. Blonde hair. Big grin. He looked about 8 in the photo, maybe taken 30 years ago. "He said he'd meet me at the art museum," she said softly, as if it were a secret. "But I don't remember how to get there." Jamal looked at his phone. The museum was across town, 3 bus transfers away. He could have left then. He had plans. Homework. His mom would be annoyed if he was late. But something about Margaret pulled at him, something in her lostness that felt too familiar. So he stayed. He called a rideshare. Rode with her the whole way. She held his hand, small and cold in his, the way his grandmother used to. When they arrived at the museum, the staff recognized her immediately. "Oh my God," a woman gasped. "Mrs. Thatcher. We've been looking for you." Her driver lost her during a medical appointment. "We filed a report, her son is on the way." Jamal watched as security and staff swarmed around Margaret, offering comfort, warm blankets, even a wheelchair. He stepped back, feeling awkward but relieved. Then a man in a crisp navy suit arrived, breathless and worried. He ran straight to Margaret, kneeling beside her and hugging her tightly. "Mom! Thank God! Are you okay?" Margaret smiled weakly. "He helped me," she whispered, pointing toward Jamal. The man stood. He was mid-40s, strong jaw, expensive watch, polished shoes. He turned to Jamal and extended his hand. "Thank you. Truly. You have no idea what you've done." Jamal shrugged. "It was nothing." "No," the man said. "It was everything." The next day, everything changed. A black car pulled up in front of Jamal's apartment building. A woman in a suit handed him an envelope. Inside, a letter and a check. The letter was from Margaret. "Dear Jamal, you didn't know me. You had no reason to help. But you did. Everyone else looked away, and you took my hand. My son and I owe you more than words can say. Enclosed is a small token, not payment, but a thank you. Use it to follow your dreams. And if you ever need a friend, you have one in me. Always. The check was for $100,000. Jamal stood frozen on the steps, tears stinging his eyes. Not because of the money, though it would change his life, but because someone saw him. Because an act of kindness that the world ignored had come full circle. And Margaret? She had been a billionaire all along. Philanthropist, widow of a tech pioneer, once featured in Forbes. But on that street corner, none of that mattered. What mattered was that she was lost. And someone cared. Jamal eventually used the money for college. He studied social work, hoping to give voices to people the world overlooked. He and Margaret kept in touch. Dinners, letters, long calls on holidays. She became like a grandmother to him. And he never forgot that day. The day he stopped. The day he saw what no one else did. The day a simple act of kindness changed two lives forever.